Good morning, good people. I'm sure that you guys probably will laugh at me at this statement because this seems to be a annual football season is over video where basically we vow to do better, right? For me, football season is where I gain all my weight from football parties and get-togethers and everything else, and sitting around and watching a lot of football. Well, I'm the same age as the Super Bowl, 60. And so I have done keto, which has actually worked well for me. The only problem with keto is I stopped doing keto and I go the exact opposite of keto. If I had actually done keto and stopped doing keto and instead of losing my mind, because I have to be real with you, having the Walmart marketplace right next door, go there almost every day, which is good because you're getting fresher stuff to cook. But I had gotten hooked on Reese's sticks, and I would buy it has 4 of them in there. I'd buy like 3 of those every time I go, and I'd sit there at my desk for YouTube and I'd eat one of those. Then I would also get these Nestle Toll House ice cream sandwiches. The cookie on those were always so good. Oh my God, they were so good. And I would eat one of those before I'd go to sleep. The thing I started wondering was, it's kind of crazy because I put it in my mouth and it seemed like the ice cream just disappeared. It didn't seem like it actually melted and I swallowed it. And then I started doing some research, finding out it's not actually ice cream, it's something else. If you take it and set it out, it doesn't melt like traditional. Like, remember we used to get the ice cream sandwiches, and if you didn't hurry up and eat it, it would run all over your hands would be all sticky. That's not the case because it's not real. I don't know what you're actually eating. Be that as it may, something that is actually changing my life for the better. My wife, back in October, started doing, which came from, you can get it through your health care. And the healthcare companies, pretty much Aetna, United Healthcare, all of them, basically they're promoting this because if you're healthier, chances are you'll go to the doctor less and they'll make more money. So that's the reason behind it. But it's a thing called Hinge, and it's an app. And what you end up doing is basically you put in your age and your ailments and things. For me, I have no ACL and I'm bone on my left knee, and I don't want to have a knee surgery. I have had problems with my elbow and, of course, my back. So those are the areas that it focuses on. And so you end up getting exercises and stretching for 10, 12 minutes a day. And as you do more and more of these exercises, they'll send you stuff. Like they'll send you like a holder that'll hold your phone, because it is an app on your phone. They'll send you a yoga mat. They'll send you, the best thing they send you is a TENS machine, which I should have brought down, but it's like a little square piece. It's real small, real tiny, that goes on a charger. It's Bluetooth, and it goes on these pads. The pads themselves, they come in different sizes, but the pads themselves are sticky. So if you have a bad elbow, a knee, a back, or whatever, you put it on there, and you can adjust the intensity of it with your phone. And what it does is the electric charge, is, if you get it turned up way hard, it'll make, your muscles start moving. But what it does is it actually tricks the body about the pain. So I've been using it on my knee for like an hour or more a night. And I've been doing the exercises. Some of them are real easy. Things like, for my elbow is just doing stretches like this, or downward ones, which has helped my bursitis in my elbow. Some of the other ones are doing some lunges. Now, these lunges have been hard for me because I've got bad knees and have a hard time getting up off the ground. So between doing that, we ended up getting an exercise bike for my daughter. She ended up having a sponsorship for it, and I've been riding an exercise bike. And so I've been doing the Hinge for mid-December, I think is when I started. And I stopped eating those candy bars. Now, I also have to, truth in advertising, I've also started doing, been doing a lot more construction work. Where's my coffee mug? Don't see my big Cowboys mug. I've been doing more construction work, so I've been out and about a lot more than usual doing physical work, which has also helped. So, when we got back in December from our birthday celebration, I was at 275. So far, right now, it is February 12th. I have lost about 13 pounds. And I'm trying to get back down to 250. But the problem is I do this every year. I go up, football season's over, I start doing a whole lot more. The weight goes down, and then it goes back up through. I have to break this cycle because at 60 years of age, one, every pound that I have on me, when you take a step, is amplified by 4. So if you lose 10 pounds, that's literally taking 40 pounds off a step. I don't want a knee joint replacement. I just don't. I don't want the rehab for 6 months and things. I don't want to worry about another big scar on my knee. I don't want to have situations where maybe it's not a good one. And so I'm trying to do everything I can to help that. So losing weight and getting in better shape is going to help. Now here's the thing, and I've noticed this since riding the bike more often and doing more and more stretching. I'll be real with you. I've had hard times just getting my socks on because my knees wouldn't bend that well. But since I started doing this Hinge, okay, and you can look it up, you can contact your health insurance company, or you can just look for the Hinge app in the App Store. I've gotten more flexibility on my knees, because see, my knees, I'm going to tell you how bad my knees are. When I do the side stretch on here, you will literally hear my knee just kind of crack, 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 crack. It sounds like popcorn popping. But I will say that I'm able to do more, a lot more than what I was. And so if I say, standing on, this is a knee that I've torn my ACL in high school. So I can stand here on it and balance now without too much pain, and do the same thing. Well, get off the mat there. Do the same thing on the other leg. So it's definitely helpful. Now, again, I'm 60, okay? And I'm trying to make sure I make this body last as long as I can. So I'm going to try and start, well, I've actually started. I've tried to do less bad stuff and try and do more stuff. And so we'll try and see if we can keep updated on here. But what I want to do is, when I find something that actually gives me some help and some relief, I want to share it with others, because nobody wants to be in pain. Nobody wants to be shut in where they can't do things that they used to. And so if you find out something that works for you, please, by all means, tell me. I'd like to know. But this has definitely been a great change. So we'll follow along and see. So I don't know if I look any better. I don't know if I look any better yet. I'm hoping that I do. But I know I've looked pretty bad. And Chai, have a good one. All right, that was Amazon delivering something, and the dog was doing what the dog's supposed to do. So I'm not going to try. Here's what I'm not going to try and do. And last year, I've had really high blood pressure. One other thing that I know helps my blood pressure is eating beets. Beets are a natural antioxidant that will help lower your blood pressure, but it's not like, you eat a beet and you're good for a month. It's something that you have to do on a regular basis. So my mom's pickled beets, I love them, and eating them, my blood pressure is lower. Yesterday it was 125/77. I haven't seen that in forever. But what I'm trying not to do is go to the quote-unquote diet route. My son Mike has been going through, and he's got an app where he is telling you what has more chemicals and unnatural stuff in it. So it's just a matter of making different choices on the things that we eat. And, it gets a rating from 0 to 100. If you got a 0 or a 5, it's not good. And it's like, is it really even food? That's the other thing that I've been doing too, is trying to stay away from things that are not as good for you as you would hope. And instead of trying to deprive myself of things I like, try and make better choices. So instead of the Reese's peanut butter sticks, I have these, and they're probably not any better, but it's like a dark chocolate, like around on like a piece of fruit. It's I can't remember if it's a cranberry or something like, or blueberry. And I'll eat a couple of those in moderation. Instead of trying to eat those Toll House sandwiches, I've been eating trying to get better ice cream. I don't know if Ben & Jerry's is any better or not, but just getting just a little bit, just so I get my taste of my sweets and things like that. And still doing my coffee in the morning. But mostly I've been eating, because I'll get up, I'll drink my coffee for hours, and I'll be working, and then eat one real big meal in the afternoon, and I'm good. So it's kind of almost a semi-fasting, so to speak, that I do. The only reason why it's actually not a fast is because I got coffee creamer in the coffee. If I were just drinking black coffee, it would be a fast until about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So you're up to speed with what I'm trying to do. And last night, didn't have any sweets, but I had some pineapple and I had some grapes. So I had that as my treat. Okay, peace out. Okay, so it's the evening, and I've been working in my workshop all day. Got a lot of work and stuff done, and had to go to the store to pick up some things for the workshop. And while I was there, I stopped by BJ's, and I ended up getting some chicken. And so what we're trying to do now, I haven't had, other than like a little snack, I'm trying to think. I had a banana earlier, and I think I've snacked on a couple little pieces of chicken while I'm here. But what I did was I grilled the chicken, and I got some bacon. Got a salad mix here. So we've got a Mexican street corn and a Caesar salad mix. And I've cut up some of the chicken. I've had some tomatoes that I bought that were on sale. And I put a little tropical Saison seasoning on that. Chopped up some of the bacon. Did a couple of ears of corn. Got some avocados. Took some mozzarella balls with some Italian seasoning, a little bit of pepper, and olive oil. And some hard-boiled eggs. And so we'll just make a great like Cobb salad for dinner. For me, this is very filling. I love a good salad. I miss actually having Ruby Tuesday.